I'm saying?
So you didn't really care about the iron.
No, I just threw it. Hey,
Yeah.
you might as well say I just grabbed this out the clothes.
Yeah, but you.
It's clean.
Yeah, as long as it's clean, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's clean.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So you cared about putting that on?
What?
Like you was going through the closet, you was like, I'm gonna grab
well,
this
actually,
one?
see, let me tell you, my closet it's in the right now because I got too many shoes. So
Okay.
I'm in the process of kind of moving the shoes out.
Right.
And this was kind of like on top of the shoe boxes.
Okay.
So that's why
so
I
you just grabbed that. Okay.
Just grabbed it. You know, I said it's summertime. You know what
I
I mean?
get it. I
Be
get
part
it,
of the
brother.
sun. You know what I'm talking about?
Take a chance, brother.
Be part
take
of the sun, and
You know what I'm saying?
do that, man.
Okay.
Just become one with the universe.
All right.
We need more of that.
Right. less is more.
Less is more. I like that.
Yeah,
I
less
like
is
that.
more.
I like that. Let's go and get this thing rolling.
All right.
See what we can do today. See if we can piss some people off.
It's true. I've got to have you. No matter what you do.
Yeah. What's happening? It's your boy Colin Paul Sean. Here with a little paint where it ain't little seasoning with some reasoning. We gonna take it easy today. We a little laid back today, but we still gonna give y'all that work that y'all need. Y'all really do need it.
Yo, what up, though? This the 18th, man. If you with us, thank you for supporting us. And if you ain't, why not?
Tell your friend too.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell your mama, your daddy, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your uncle. Tell them. Soundproof Hunger Room. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple. We on now. We on now. What's happening with you, brother?
I'm tired, man. I ain't even lie.
I think both of us came in
I
here
had to
with
go
the
back to
same.
work this week.
Oh, you
Yeah.
on a different tide.
Yeah, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny how your body reacts differently the older you get. Your recovery time is like triple.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. No naps. They expect me to stay up the whole time at work. I don't know who made these damn rules.
How hard is it you getting back into that routine? Like, was your routine when you was out just kind of like trying to build yourself back up, but you had that time to relax and recover and recuperate?
Yo, I call myself trying to get back in the groove of it.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Apparently, when the alarm clock go off, you gotta get up.
You got to get up. You got to get up. That's why I don't do day shift. Y'all mess with me all the time. I hate alarm clocks. Because I'm one, as soon as it go off, I jump up. I don't know what snooze is. So I get up and I go. Whether I had 2 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep, I get up and I go and I deal with the consequences later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just me. That's why I don't mess with day shift like that.
All right.
Yeah, but y'all can have it.
We appreciate it. Cause when last time you was with us, man, you was terrible.
Why you got to be like that, man?
Just what it was. Let's get the show going, sir. Let's go. We'll have to do that all that. So Sesame Street.
Oh, you just started out real quick.
Been recorded rejecting the black children. Didn't want to hug on the black kids. Been recorded.
Yeah.
Sesame Street was created for black kids. You know?
In the neighborhood.
You know?
Sesame Street wasn't in Midtown. Sesame Street was in the hood.
I'm just saying. Sesame Street, you know, as far as I know, how I was told. You know?
It was in the hood, man. I don't
So,
care.
you know. Can you be a character and a racist at the same time? Or can you have hate in your heart and still be a character like that? Should you even attempt that?
Well, I don't think that jobs, especially in today's society, in society in general, jobs don't really check for that kind of stuff. Like, there's not a real personal interview process that's going to go down your likes and dislikes as far as your religion and your race.
How you though?
I ain't never been hired with no job and they asked me.
Oh, I thought you talking about like the mascot job.
Oh, no. I'm just saying jobs in general. I've never been to a job.
I mean, no, but I'm saying.
So you got racists among us all the time.
That's real.
You just don't
That's
know.
real.
You know, so in a situation like that.
Like, but to be like, you get recorded with that. Like, can you even fire somebody for that? I mean, because we don't know who that is. They can say, yeah, we got rid of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then is it the same person in the suit every time? Because they had a few videos of it. They later came out and said, you know, I saw one news reporter, he actually went out and they let him put the suit on. And they were saying you can't see below a certain level. And so the person that was in the suit said they were saying no to somebody that was behind the black girls that had an infant. Yeah, they juiced it up real nice. And so they had all kind of excuses, but it's numerous accounts that we've caught on tape.
It's numerous. You know, I was rejecting somebody else, not the little black kid. Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, foolishness, man.
Sesame Street. What you gonna do? Maybe we'll get a new song out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They still do that on Sesame Street?
I ain't looked at it in a while. Actually, this character, I don't even know who this character is.
Yeah, I am.
There's
yeah,
some new characters.
Yeah.
They had to diversify.
Racist man. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's called Rosetta or something like that.
Yeah, Rosetta the racist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yes,
8,
I
9,
ain't seen
10,
it in a
11,
minute.
12.
But, man, yeah, man. You really made me think about that. Sesame Street was in the hood, man. You had somebody in a trash can. They went and hung out.
Bro.
They was always in back alleys, you know, talking to these animals. That was in the hood.
Just saying.
Wow.
Sesame Street they in the projects, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
He was a dope man. He came through, you know, Snuffy.
Count Dracula.
He was the pimp.
He
was the pimp.
Up on you.
You know what I'm saying? Laughed at me, your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Who's Bert and Ernie?
They was ahead of their time. Let me just leave it like that. Bert and Ernie was ahead of their time. Not we called it. Hey man, you gonna get me shut down, man. You know what I'm saying? Bert. If they wasn't brothers, they wasn't cousins.
Why was they always together?
And
Y'all leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Mm-hmm. They was trying to prepare y'all back then, Bert and Ernie. You know?
Well, it's out here now, but it is what it is. Speaking, I'm still gonna go down that road a little bit. Speaking on the
here you go.
The Bert and Ernie comparison, do you think that the LGBTQ community has enough push to have any kind of impact on the Brittany Griner situation?
I've been watching that In and Out, and I ain't really even seen them. Like, I ain't seen no statements. I ain't seen anything out there. I haven't seen any support for her from, you know, any feminist group or, you know, alphabet group or anybody. I haven't. It's like some people, because people might believe she's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people believe she's guilty. Some people believe it's too much. Like, so I haven't seen any, you know, reports about none of that. That's just, I don't know. Maybe the support for that ain't there because of what it is. Because they might look at it as, I mean, shit's trafficking in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, right. I mean, they might feel like they stepping out of that.
I found that odd. That, well, I won't say odd, but yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard. Yeah, you know, if anybody can find something, but I haven't seen any reports that they, you know, they, you know, pro Britney and that.
Yeah. Did you see the? It was like a council hearing, and I can't remember what the guy was speaking about, but he was talking about the woman having kids, having a baby, a woman having a baby.
Okay.
And the lady that was responding was saying, you can't refer to them as just women. So he was like, I'm talking about anybody that can have a kid.
And
she's like,
yeah, she's a little.
He went in where you left out all of the trans, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I was like,
she
what?
like, have it on record that he left out all the trends. And
He's like, I'm trying to ask you.
I mean, sometimes being educated go wrong.
That was a perfect case.
Being she's standing up for what she think is right. He was just trying to get an answer. So I'll leave that alone. I don't. I posted that. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was ridiculous.
Okay. It was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was.
But, I give them. There's a lot of standing up for things out there besides what it need to be stood up for. So I just get a kick out whatever I can get my hands on.
Mm. Now, how do you feel about this new logo that this Cobb County school has come out with that resembles a Nazi sign?
I'm gonna be honest. When I seen that, I'm like, you could take any kind of symbol. This is just me how I look at it. You could take any kind of symbol and find something in it. That's just this day and age. You try to slide one in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Should they allow it? Probably not, because it's gonna be so much controversy. But will they? I mean, at the end of the day, Cobb, this is still the South.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're still the South. They fighting for their rights. Whatever. So I believe with that, people gonna do what they want. How sad that is, because kids might have to go to school and root for racist eagle or whatever. Whatever it was. But
and it's just a logo. My thing is, why does this school have a logo? It's like an elementary school. We didn't have logos. We just had the name.
Did we have a logo now? No, we had no logo.
Had no
I
logo.
mean, it's 2022, bro.
What that mean? Logo is supposed to mean something? Y'all selling something?
Everything got marketing now, bro. So I mean, I need a little logo.
That's why, man. I just be like, man, I can't put my thought process and energy into everything. It's like I just don't understand.
That was just something I was just like, all right, like they're gonna have to figure that out, because if they don't vote on it, it's going up. So
yeah, they already kind of paused and said, nah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, they just gonna redesign it.
Yeah,
throw some color around it.
But why does stuff like this keep getting passed? Like, who are these people in place that can continue to put this stuff out there to be?
Let me ask you this: If you look at your parent teacher conference and all these school organizations, do you really see? And I could be wrong, but do you really see a bunch of black parents at these things?
No. It depends on where you go. That's
because but
yeah. And most of the ones that make it to the news is usually,
that's what I'm saying. They out that way, and they
it ain't us.
Atlanta Real Housewives, not So it is what it is with that.
It's unfortunate. I think it, especially when you start talking about schools and things of that nature, it takes away from what the real problems are.
My thing with schools right now is so big to me. Like, we keep forgetting to mention, but so I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna take the chance now. With kids going back to school, how would you feel as a parent, just with everything that's going on with the mass shootings, if they did lock the schools down? You know what I'm saying? Once the bell rung, and they nobody in, nobody out. Of course you got the fire, regulations and all that, but are we at the point to where that should be implemented in the schools? Like, how would you feel if you knew when your kid got into school at a certain time that the doors was locked, and you had to call and go through all these, if you wanted to get your kid out of school, but would parents feel safer with that? I mean, because it's going down. You know what I'm saying? And like, they still bringing up more stuff about what happened down in in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, how would you feel about that? If I had kids in school still, I think I'd be all right with that.
With them locking it down as soon.
Yeah, or just having somebody at every door. I'm talking about, because I remember when I was in school, like, it was they had like
resource officers.
Yeah, I mean, he used to get beat up all the time, but not him. You know what I'm saying? But we had just parents assistants or whatever they call, teacher assistants, and they were just
yeah.
They were just people that just was in the school, like hall monitors, but they wasn't students. They were parents.
Right.
And so, like, should they go back? I don't know if they went away from, but should they go back to that? Should we get to the point where every school has metal detectors to come into school, going all the way to elementary, because that's where the shootings, they happening. So
Right.
should this be implemented in the schools? I think so. I think I'd rather be too precautious than not enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would have to agree with that because, like you said, the more information come out and take them cops.
Cops ain't even want to go in.
They
you know
didn't
what I'm
even
saying?
want to go in.
So
it's like, okay, if that's your job to serve and protect, and you can't get in here and look after these kids of all people.
right, like what? And shout out to Bo Jackson too. He paid for the funerals
Oh, he did.
down there.
I
Yeah,
didn't
shout
know
out to
that.
Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson, he ain't no money. You know what I'm saying? Man, we buy a pair of Bo Jacksons every
Bo
other
Jackson,
year.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he paid for that.
Okay. Yeah, so I agree with you on that. It definitely has to happen. And,
Like we need. I wouldn't feel comfortable sending my kid back to school without knowing what the plan is, as far as if something go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want the teachers, having heaters and stuff? Nah, because they might be too scared to shoot somebody. But I mean, we need something. I feel even as as a teacher, do you feel safe being in the schools, knowing that hell anything because when you're in school, the door open and somebody just walk in. There ain't no locked doors really in the classroom.
Right.
And so how would that go about? Should we lock the doors in the classroom?
Well, I know. Even let's just say if school was in right now, we walked up to the school. It's a whole process we have to go through to get out. If our kid or
Right, yeah. I mean, it's the front. You got the when you walk in, they people welcome desk or whatever you want to call that. And then, but at that point, you get to the principal's office. I guess long as you on the card, you can do what you need to do. But what about all these doors in the school?
In the school,
like he came in with a side door in the lunchroom or something like that. Like, why this door not secure?
Yeah.
Why this door not locked?
Those doors need to be locked.
Yeah.
I know. In our school, was fairly small. It wasn't the big double decker upstairs downstairs school, but we had two main entrances and the lunchroom. Other than that, everything was locked unless it was like by the gym, and that was only when we was in gym.
Right.
And you could only unlock it. I mean, you could only go out of it.
Right.
You couldn't come in from the outside unless you had a key. But like you said, now I have no idea. Like I said, I went to pick my niece up one time, and I went to the front desk, and like you said, I had to sign in and wait, and I actually, just sat there and waited on it, and but I know other times they probably, if somebody is up there on the regular, just go get your kid.
You see, like
at that time you can do you free reign.
So I mean, that's something to think about. Like, I know a lot of people still got kids in school, but have they sent you, you parents a layout of what they got planned, what's in place, for things like that? Because that's a serious thing that's going on out here, and it needs to be addressed.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah, it seems like people. Shannon just chimed in and said she's okay with stuff being locked down during the lesson plans. Josh said that in schools they are now implementing somewhere where they have places for kids to hide. So I guess now they're trying to jump on that. But you remember when we was in school, we had the tornado drill. Did y'all have that?
Yeah, you got, in the hallway with your in the hallway.
Yeah, we had that. In the fire drill, we had the fire drill. Everybody go outside.
Everybody go outside. Right. But I need something for that real fire drill.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I just think they need to, guys. I mean, you can say cops overwork, but I'm pretty sure y'all can, hire just something while the school in. Man, just have somebody walk in the hall, man. Yeah. Just all day, somebody walk in the hall. You keep down a lot of nonsense that way too. I remember when I was in school, man. Once you got out in the hallway, it was whatever. Like a lot of fights happened while class was going on.
Coming out there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
like, man,
so I don't know, man. I feel for people that got kids that go to school, man, because you just don't know what's popping off.
Orlando said he feel pretty safe with his schools. He out there in Henry County.
Yeah. Why you had to do that?
Well, that's what he said. He said Henry County.
Okay. I'm about to say, why you do that?
That's what he said.
Yeah,
you know. So
get them better lunches too, man.
I don't know about what they eating up in there, because y'all feed them crap at the house anyway. So
Say that just
I said it. Yeah,
just keep it consistent.
I'm saying y'all feed them crap at the house. Why you worry about what the school gonna feed them?
Some kids don't eat school, bro. So we got to
True.
get the vegetables somewhere in there, man.
Hey,
You know, got to get the vegetables, man. Got to put them in there.
you right. I agree, because they probably ain't getting that home. They getting that fast food at the house.
I mean, I hate, at least they eating something, man. Some kids that go home don't get shit.
Think about it.
I mean, I was just saying, remember when the pandemic dropped and they had the school buses going around giving kids lunch, you know, because they know when when little Johnny J went home,
He wasn't
he
getting
wasn't
that.
getting nothing.
You know, and then some people just don't cook nowadays. So a lot of it, and this is not a knock. I think just now in society, a lot of people are so focused on working and this and that, they don't find time to cook, and so they'll just go out and get food.
That's true.
That's why you got these services that
Lot-
meal prep and send it to your
A lot
house.
of people, it's cheaper to fast food than it is to go to grocery store.
Really?
I mean,
A single person, not
shit.
really.
Think about it, bro.
Nah,
Think about it, man. Sometimes you go
It
get that
can't
pound
be.
of ground round.
I mean, you can't be shopping at Whole Foods, man,
mean, I'm
and
just-
Sprouts. You got to go to
You-
Kroger's
Well, you know,
with ads.
I can't afford Sprouts. You know,
Me neither.
we gotta get her back on the show. You know, with her little, all natural kale, juiced. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So you got to know what to shop for your groceries. But
I mean, I'm just saying, man.
so,
Hey, you notice little, off subject. You notice car insurance going up?
yeah.
Man, mine went up $30.
Let me explain something to y'all. I'm glad you brought that up.
Everybody checked it. If you ain't been checking on your car insurance, you might want to check.
talking.
Inflation hit the car insurance.
When I turned 40, my insurance went up about $20. I had no tickets. I ain't had no accidents. So I called them. I was like, "Hey, why is my insurance going up?" I said, I've been waiting for my insurance to go down.
Right.
Because I was used to getting tickets and stuff like
Right.
that. So now I'm good and I'm older.
Right.
I called the lady. She was like, "Well, sir, Georgia is now a high-risk state."
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, "What?" She was like, "Yes, it's a whole lot of people here and a whole lot of accidents, so it's a high-risk state." And you know what my mind went. I'm tired of these folk moving here. Y'all stop moving out here. I'm sick of y'all.
Man, y'all a major city, man. Just
I'm tired of
let's understand it. It's over.
Maybe I got to go to the country somewhere.
I mean,
I ain't going to make it, though. I ain't going to make it.
but that's
That's what it boiled down to.
it's hitting everything though, man. Your car insurance.
Yeah, it's everything, man. Man, they gonna get $1 out of everything with this inflation. They gonna get some extra out of any little thing they can. And I don't know if that's because of supply and demand, because everybody's still doing what they got to do.
I mean, I see a commercial dude say his car insurance $25. What the hell he driving, a Fiero?
Yeah, that ain't.
I'm just like, shit, I need to find out where he going.
That was them to get you to just call, and then that's
That
gonna be
shit
one of
probably
them
don't
calls that
cover
call
nothing
you every day.
$25, they don't cover shit.
Oh yeah, you can drive Monday and Wednesday.
Like,
Them the only days
like,
you cover.
do no fault still exist?
I don't think so. I mean, you just got regular liability. So if you hit somebody, they'll pay for their stuff, but you on your own with your stuff.
I think that's no fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That still exists?
Yeah, it does. It does, because I know after, like, when you get new stuff, they won't let you do it for, like, the first 5 years, I think. Then after that, you can go
They
ahead.
be like, you don't love that car no more.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
after that, they
go
be
ahead
like,
and drop
yeah,
it down.
you
You don't
got
even want
liability.
that car no damn more.
Yeah. So, did Shana say no? I don't know what she's answering, but anyway. Yeah, so everything is jumping up right now, man. And either you just go with it or you stay home. I'm one of them people. You just stay home. Stay out the way.
You ain't gonna stay home, man. Shit. When gas went up, we bought gas.
Man.
So it is what it is, man.
Yeah. I was tired of people complaining about the gas. I just said, man, just count it up as another bill. Because you're going to still do what you got to do. So I don't want to hear you complain about it every 5 seconds. Just count it up because you're still going. I ain't never heard nobody say, "Nah, I stayed at home because I ain't want to put no more gas in my car."
Shit, I heard a lot of people say that. Like, I don't do much right now because the gas so high.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I ain't heard nobody say
You know, you
that.
live on a tougher, you know, different tax bracket,
Oh,
brother.
right.
You know, you ain't
But
worried about
I'll
that.
be at home,
I'm
though.
just
You
saying,
know I'll
bro,
be at home.
your tax bracket a little different. You ain't worried about that little money. You know what I'm saying? Your tax bracket a little different. You ain't tripping over
Had to
that.
dig under the mattress a little bit, you know.
I hear a lot of people say that, man. Like, nah, I'm chilling, man. I ain't gas too high. If you ask me to pass the airport, I might tell you that. I live on this side. Right? Nah, I can't do it.
That's every day for me.
I mean,
I don't be trying to go downtown.
I'm just saying, but you know, I don't even like you that much, really.
Right. Oh, shout out Franda Panda. She just ended up moving up on the north side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so shout out to Panda. She said she having a good time. I said, good luck with that. I said, we'll try to hang out sometime, but, you know, I don't like going down there like that. What else we got over there, brother?
We got this proposed bill, unborn children.
Oh, my God.
You know, go ahead.
Oh, my God. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is some bullshit. You know, I'm sorry for my French, but come on now. I thought child support was for children. All right. Now, that at this point, first off, there's so many things that come into play with that. First off, we have to figure out the paternity aspect of it. Who's the daddy? Okay. So, as soon as she find out she pregnant, and if she out here for the streets, I'm just giving all kind of possibilities. I'm not singling out anybody. It happens. Whether
Go
you
ahead,
like it or
man.
not.
Go ahead, man.
Who is she going to say, I'm putting up for the child support? So she's going to get child support starting at her pregnancy, which is 9 months. And let's say, find out, baby come out, they do the paternities, it's not his. We got to start all over. And what were you doing with this money? So that's where a lot of this is going to come out as how when this money is given to you, is it going solely for the child's purpose when they get here? Are we buying cribs, formula? I mean, things of that for 9 months?
I mean, yeah, I looked at that like that's advanced payments. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
For 9 months? Come on, man. Nah. And it sounds like the government just want folks to stop having kids.
Either that or they just don't, you know, they're giving people a bailout. There's going to be a lot of fucking and like, it don't matter. Like, do you think people really going to watch, you know what I'm saying, who they laying down with at this point? You know? Like, do you really think that? I don't.
Nah. When you laying down outside, you're not economically thinking.
You going to Big Mamas and get, you know.
You trying to get some fun. You trying to get through that. You ain't thinking about, dang, I might have to pay child support for 9 months.
Shit.
Well, 18 years, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, when I used to lay down with women like that, man, hey, that went in effect. Like, damn, if I can get up, I ain't laying down with her, I could might fuck around and get her pregnant. I picked and choose like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, people really think like that, though. They should.
They should.
You know, like, damn, if I lay down with this motherfucker, I fuck around and get pregnant.
And we're talking about like minds of us. Think of people that, I mean, it's folks out there, 4 or 5 kids with all 4 of them different parents.
I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Love is love.
How did love get
Love that penis. Love that penis.
right?
Love that vagina.
Like
That
they
love
said,
below.
Who was that posting in the group talking about somebody said something about them broke boys be trying to kill them women back.
I mean, you know, he got to find a way to stay in the house.
He got to stay in the house. That's funny,
But on this though, like this is scary, bro. Because I mean, if this really goes in effect, like how do you? Like you got to determine everything.
If it were to go in effect, I think it should be, if I'm paying child support while you're pregnant, I need to see receipts that this money is being used for the getting this child together in the process, because who's to say that we're going to be together? So child support, and this is, I think, where a lot of the confusion comes in. I don't have no kids, I don't pay. But child support, is it for the support of the parent and the child, or is it specifically for the child?
Can you separate the two?
That's a good question. No. Now, if there is an equal, like say if she gets the child for a week, I get the child for a week. Now all of this is, of course, after this bill, and I'm paying child support. Should it be reduced because I'm doing the same amount within a month? If we have you know.
I think that's a conversation between y'all two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I never had to participate in child support. I hear a lot of stories both ways though. What if the money went into like a bank and didn't nobody get it until
like a trust?
Yeah, like the birth of the kid came, DNA test and because I mean, why are we setting up child support for a kid that ain't even here?
Ain't here. Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing with this? Are we just banking on the fact that we're not gonna be together or what? Like, I got a homeboy who actually put himself on child support and they still was together. So I didn't understand it, but he said, just anything can happen. I'm already set up. All the money coming to the same house as then. But yeah, he was on child support and they was married. I said, how did that work?
Shauna said you actually can separate the two. Shauna, explain how you think you could separate the two. The mother and the child during child
or the
support.
father.
Or the father. Yeah.
I
hate to do that.
I'm just saying, hold on.
Doing that.
Like, how can you? Can you prove that every dime went towards that child? Did you get a snicker?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, can you separate the two?
And Shannon says the child support is to maintain stable, sufficient lifestyle for the child.
Right.
And that includes the parent.
I agree with her.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Like, can you separate the two? Should you even try?
That's when it comes into play of shared custody. So if we had custody, like I said, if you get her for 2 weeks, I get them for 2 weeks, then we need to talk about.
Is that
that's the case?
Is that healthy living for a child though? Like, are we doing that just to save money?
I don't think so, because sometimes situations happen where people just don't work out. But we have a child together.
Right.
I want to be as much a part of my child's life as you want to be a part of the child. So if we're two grown adults, we should be grown enough to say, okay, you get them for this amount of time, I get them for this amount of time. So when the money comes into play, if I'm on child support, what's to say why she shouldn't be? If we're sharing the same responsibility.
Ain't that kind of like knick-knack? Like, okay, like, like, I don't even get how you would even break that money up.
Right.
Like, you would take, let's say it's 400. She get 200, you get 200. Like, that's kind of.
And I've seen a lot of cases where I've seen situations like that where they just didn't do child support at all.
Yeah.
They just took care of things together.
Amicable,
Yeah, and they took care of things together. But if somebody is on child support, and that's why I remember we were talking one time, and we were talking about how a dude, sometimes if he feel like he paying, he ain't got to do nothing else. And I think that's crazy if you really talking about you want to be in your child's life.
I think with that, you care more about yourself than anything.
Exactly.
Else like that,
Exactly.
I mean, but like, I'm talking about, like you were saying, like you get 2 weeks. Like, is that really a good structure for a kid? Because you at daddy house, the rules might not be the same when you're at mama house.
But that's what it is, and you get that in blended families a lot. You go to your uncle's house. I know uncle ain't finna let me do this, do that. Then I go home. Okay, I can get away with this. I can get away with that. So you saying as a child all the way up through, I think it's a little bit more difficult, but it also gives the child more experience of different aspects that go into how you're being raised. I wouldn't say it's dysfunctional. It can be a little hectic for a child, But I've seen it work. My brother was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he would go to his mom's house, she had her own set of rules. When he would come back home with us, he had his own set of rules.
Wow.
You know, so I've seen it work. I don't think it's where, unless one of them is completely dysfunction, that's when, the court needs to step in. And you don't get to get them no more.
You can't even have it.
Nah, you can't have no more. Just gonna pay the money, So, yeah, that's crazy. But, yeah, Sean, everybody pretty much said if it's 50-50, then child support shouldn't even come into play. So, but, yeah, that unborn, that's some foolishness.
That bothers you.
It does, because now I'm paying. Now, if I was to impregnate a woman, I will want to be there to take care of the little things that, if she can't get around like she wants to or this and that, I want to be there to do those things, to help her out. But to pay for it, nah, that's different. That's different. I don't get that. I don't get it.
Oh, okay, bro. Okay.
I'm trying to talk through it.
Let it go. Let it go.
Trying to figure it out, but I can't get it.
Let it go. I got something, man. I had posted up in the group about women's sports and the lack of support from women in ladies sports. A comedian put a post up, about the lack of support from women in the sports, and we just do away with lady sports. I don't know about, I just want to know what makes women's sports so, I guess it's not exciting to people. I guess soccer got a back when they had soccer and took it to where they even get equal money. You know what I'm saying? They get the bag now, and women, soccer.
Right.
Basketball, they hanging on by a thread. They can't even, it's 200 people in the crowd,
Right.
for their games. Tennis, they get a little. I think tennis is individual sport, so
yeah. So they get their money.
Yeah, your fans, or who are you a fan of that way?
Mm-hmm.
But what is the lack? And we'll have a woman here to even try to answer this. Maybe somebody can answer in the group. Why don't women support ladies' sports? I know why men don't support it. They don't. Men disrespectful. They just feel like it all trash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But why don't women support women's sports?
I think that boils down to when commercially you put out the best NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer. So when you turn on the TV, if you're a fan of any sport, that's what's available to you right then and there. So you're looking at the top of the line, the very best in the world in some of those leagues. So then when you say, okay, now we have the ladies, and you sit and you watch a game and it's not as exciting, it comes down to your preference. Do I want to support the women just because they're out here playing sports? And I'm this is hypothetical,
right,
as a woman, just because it's a woman, or am I really into this game right now?
Right.
I've watched a WNBA game. It is entertaining. But if all you've watched is NBA, you're going to feel let down. You're going to feel like you're missing something just because of the athleticism. But if you're a fan for the sport per se, you should still
watch any kind of basketball.
You should be able to watch any kind of basketball. Right. Another thing I don't like that they do, which I don't know if it helps or if it hinders, like they tried I've seen it twice with basketball and football. They tried the women in their panties playing.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. I've seen, and the women on the football field, they was hitting.
Yeah.
It wasn't no play. They was in pads, but they had on like little booty shorts and the tank tops, but they was hitting. And then basketball, I saw it was kind of like hoodish. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't like sponsored or anything. It was just somebody probably put up some money, a strip club owner or something. Say, hey, let's get some strippers out here and play some ball and some panties and bras. Because they couldn't play it all.
If y'all ever see that game being played, let me know. I'm trying to do a little research.
But to me, that's exploiting the women and the sport when you do that. So I don't agree when they do things like that. Now, I know there's a woman's football league. One of my homegirls, Alicia, she plays in a women's football league,
right.
And they play like
right.
fully covered everything. They out there,
right?
And
who watching it though?
That's the problem.
Ain't nobody watching.
That's the problem. Yeah, and I hate to say it, but most of the women that are in these sports usually are LGBTQ.
But they not even there though.
Right.
Unless they the girlfriend or the wife or the player.
That's mostly
like,
who the fans are.
is.
That's
their
arena. So,
like, I guess I know a couple fanatics, women in sports. One is a good fan of the show. She'll sit in the house and scream at the TV all day. A good supporter. Let me change that. But she watches all sports. You know what I'm saying? The most exciting sport for me to watch women in is UFC.
Okay.
I love watching, I love UFC. So, but when the women come on, I'm just as much into it when the men fight. Somebody going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And women fight a little. To me, they fight harder than the men because women don't even, they out there fight, they out there trying to kill each other. Yeah, they, but as far as like any other sport, I watch the basketball games. I probably wouldn't watch the bikini football. Just who I'm not watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't cool.
I just want to know, and if a woman in the group, she could just tell me like what's so boring about women's sports that they. Because I mean, do women watch sports because of the sport, or are they watching it because of the men physiques and all that? Because there's some women that actually know the game of football. Mm-hmm. It ain't my thing, but you know what I'm saying. They know the rules, and some women just they like the colors of the uniform. You got that's my kind of woman. You know what I'm saying. She just like the uniform. She don't even know who the fuck that is.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I need somebody to know what they.
Nah, I don't need nobody yelling out no plays, bro. What's up, homeboy? You know what I'm saying. But like why? What makes the men game so, or they just like being in the vicinity of men? Because some women will go to the tailgates and all that shit just to be around men, be down there,
Right.
Then that thing.
Yeah. Shauna said track and field and swimming. Those are two things where women get a lot of almost the same
Do
as
they?
men. Yeah, if you go to track, oh yeah.
Before the little girl with the hair though.
Before that, look at back in the day, Jackie Joyner Cursor, FloJo. The women track and field is just as big as the men.
But them like Olympics though. Like ain't nobody watching the World Cup championships. I can't nobody cause that shit come on in the daytime. That shit you be at work and that shit come on.
If you're a fan of it, you watch it.
Who you watching at work?
I don't look at it.
I'm just saying, like I don't know, man. I don't want to think we a society, man, that we just can't support like that. I could see if it was cricket or some shit. I ain't.
Yeah,
I'm man or women. I ain't watching that shit.
Rugby.
Like I'm not even a guy to go to a soccer game. That's just not. I don't like soccer.
Yeah.
So I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, Shauna said also the sponsors don't get behind the women like the men do. You got to look at it from the sponsor's point of view, though. Like, if we're putting this money into this situation, what are we getting out of it? Because if we're not getting the eyes, then
they only got one concession stand. Like it ain't nothing.
What are we sponsoring? So I get that aspect, and yeah, everything you say is true. I think we just want to know why.
Yeah, we just want to know why.
The cry is out there for it to happen, but the women that are making these claims and these cries for it to happen aren't jumping in and trying to do something about it.
I guess so. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's yeah. What else we got there, brother?
Nothing.
Okay, well, I guess
Nothing.
we just got to go out the top then. I did think about something. What is something that you personally have felt like you needed to change, but didn't because nobody brought it to your attention?
I don't know.
I thought about it. I'll talk about it first. I think when we look at ourselves, we have a certain perception of ourselves. And then when you talk to somebody else and they give you their perception of you, sometimes theirs is realer than yours. I think sometimes we look at ourselves differently.
Right.
And I know it was hard for me to kind of listen to what the other person was saying to me, knowing that it was true. But I was like, nah, I don't really do that. But dang, yeah.
Did you change? But you said you
gave
didn't
about
change
20
it, though.
examples, huh?
But you said you didn't change it.
No, it took me time to start changing it. You know,
They had to hurt your feelings.
yeah, because when your feelings get hurt off of truth, you don't immediately be like, yeah, you right.
You
dog.
sit with it for a minute.
Nah, you be like, man, go on, I got this.
That nigga hate.
And then later on, you be
hate,
like,
man.
dang, you know what? Let me work on that. I should work on that. I know that was one of the things for me. I had to work on how I present myself to other people versus what I thought I was presenting to people. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I get it. You thought you was good, but you actually was some trash.
Exactly.
I get it.
Right. Exactly.
But even with that, I ask you, like, are you doing it because it's actually better, or you just doing it for them?
Ah, that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you might feel you good one way, and you know, and somebody say, nah, you should be a little like this, and then you do it, but you really don't.
That ain't you.
Yeah, that ain't you. Like, so who we improving for?
You know, I've done that in relationships. I've been in relationships where, cause I got a little jazzy mouth. You know what I mean? Mouth get a little jazzy
Yo,
sometimes.
That's just like you saying that. It's like my homeboy in the break room called himself thick the other day. Yeah, I just like, bro, don't ever let me hear you say that shit again.
I ain't gonna say that. But my mouth get a little snappy sometimes. You know, my lady sometimes call me mean, but but I've been in relationships where she would tell me, like, your mouth too smart. And then I felt like, well, if I edit and I'm not the type that's I'm not shooting and taking shots at you.
Yeah.
You know.
You're not aggressive.
I'm not aggressive.
Yeah.
But it felt like I couldn't even be myself around her because she didn't know how to take my mouth.
I can't be myself because I keep hurting these lady feelings. I mean, you put it that way, man. I mean, shit. What can I can change a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But will I? If you already love me, why would I change?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people tend to love you for who you are. They accept, the good and the bad with you if they really mess with you.
True.
Now, if you out here,
True.
something abusive, people might step in. But other than that, people just let you be. I'm not trying to change nobody where I think it's not going to change their life. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, the mouth kind of jazz. I know my shit crazy. I know I might say some shit and it might come out terrible. Right. And I don't even mean it, but the way it come out. So that's something I did have to work on. Because my homeboy used to tell me, your delivery is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? So that was...
Right.
Yeah, shut up, bro. But that was something I
never heard that.
Yeah. But that was something I felt, you know what I'm saying, that with the change in that, it made me a little more approachable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people like, I ain't,
But you surprise me every time we go out. Because sometimes we'll go places and, like I said, we usually just kind of sit in our own little corner and we just chill. And then sometimes you kind of reach out and you start a whole nother conversation with somebody else that we never seen, never
Right.
met, and they open up.
Right.
And then you open up and you just talk. And I just like, man, I don't feel like talking to nobody new right now. What is he doing?
That'd be the liquor.
You just be going.
Hey!
Like,
No, but sometimes, man, you can just sense them. Some people, man, just want somebody to talk. Like, somebody go to one of our spots, Dolo.
yeah.
9 out of 10, they got something on their mind, man.
True. I get
You know
you
what I'm
that.
saying? So, I ain't nobody counselor, but I don't want you to, blame while I'm in there. So let me see the temperature. You know what I'm saying? If you say, I just feel like ended it all. Well, okay.
Okay.
Shine, I guess it's time for us to go.
Yeah,
You know,
we gonna see y'all later.
this will be the last smoke.
Y'all hold it in the road.
Yeah, there you go.
Another one.
Oh man.
But I don't know, man. Like when it comes to me, I can be difficult, man, and I know that. Like I know I can be selfish, you know. And some people might say just the way I talk is mean. You know what I'm saying? I take the emotion out of the shit and just say what need to be said. Like so, it might come out in a way you be like, "Damn, dude," you know. But it's my trauma because my mother did it, and not saying she right.
Right.
But I don't feel like I'm my mother. You know, it's like my mother say some shit like this lady don't love me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I talk to people like that, but I don't have no sugar in with the way it come out. But it's not to be mean.
Not
it's
trying
just,
to hurt. That's
this is what it
that's
is.
what I got to give you. I don't know how to put a frosting on
right.
top of
Like
it.
I can't say, but it's okay, honey, at the end if you on some other shit.
Right.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know. Now you ever been around a woman and she just steadily talking and she say, "What's wrong with you?" And you just be like, "Damn, man, I just want you to take a deep breath or something. Shut the fuck up." You know, but
and that's over. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. But that be the honest truth.
But we done been places and like especially going to the lounge and people just be like, "Man, hey man, put the stick in your mouth." You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
Yeah, and be quiet for a minute. You know how people say, "Let the fool shut your mouth." And
Yeah.
some people can talk and eat at the same time. I don't really have nothing to talk about when I got these greens and there's cornbread in front of me. I really don't.
Trying to get to it.
Right. So I mean, I don't know, man. Everybody got something they need to change, I guess.
Yeah. I think about it a lot.
You ain't
I
doing
do.
too much.
I think about it a lot.
When it come to yourself, though, do you really think like I could change just for the better of me, or do you just it ain't been no problem this far? Is in your eyes?
In my eyes, I used to always say it ain't been no problem this far, and I also have been, and you say it a lot, and I used to be 100% on this saying that I'm about to say. You say it a lot, and I had to come off of it. Not just because you said it, but just because I would see things in my life when you would say, when you start to deal with somebody and you say, accept me as I am.
Right.
That's almost saying I'm not willing to change.
Yeah, that's being real uncompromising.
I'm not willing to change. And I had to look at myself and be like, I still want people to accept me as who I present to them.
Right.
But I also have to be knowledgeable enough to know that, okay, and I want this person to be able to communicate to me. If I did this and it hurt you, tell me,
right,
so that I can change that.
Right.
I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna change this whether you like it or not.
Right.
If this person is important enough to me, I'm gonna find ways to try to work around that and for me and that person's sake. Now the next Joe or Jack or whatever, I don't care.
Like when somebody say, I guess I look at when people ask for change, who am I doing it for? Like, cause you could be extra sensitive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you might be like, Ralph, what's wrong? Shit. Like you might take that as, like, oh my God, what's wrong? You saying shit.
Right.
Shit as in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't changing that, bro.
Right. I feel you on that. That's a good question because I don't think a lot of people look at whether they're changing for themselves or for somebody else.
Like let's take nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of damn, your eyes just.
Yeah,
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Like
a lot of people, please, brother, don't call me that and all that. That's y'all. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all thing.
Right.
Don't call y'all nigga. Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Now we can't call you king.
Oh, I was finna come back with
can't
that.
go with queen, because y'all think that's ain't no sincerity in it, so I mean, shit.
I was gonna say that even with the whole king thing, because there's two dudes that I respect, great dudes, and they call me that all the time.
Right.
And I'd be like, well, Sean, if you be like, man, don't call me that, it's almost like stop showing me the way you appreciate me.
Right.
In a sense.
Right.
And I'm a constant growth. You know what I mean? I'm like a
fungus, huh?
Not a fungus, dang, right? But And it's happened this week alone. Like both of them, I see them at the same. What's up, King? What's up, King? And I love them brothers. And I just was like, Sean, you can't tell them stop calling you that. If that's the way that they show their appreciation to you, let them have it.
Yeah.
And so I'm at peace with it.
You all right now?
But you ain't finna keep calling me nigga.
Can't keep calling you
ain't
that?
finna call
I was about to ask too. What about nigga?
You can't call it nigga though. Nah. But yeah, man, that's just self-realization, man. I don't know how much time we put into it the older we get and the things we get into. How much time do we put into self-realization? We always talk about preservation. We got to protect my peace and this and that.
Right.
Da, da, da. But how much do we put into realizing who we are?
Or what we can improve.
What we can improve.
That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's a good question, brother. You went deep with that one. You know what I'm saying?
I be thinking, man, they be having me at work to midnight, man. I don't be having nobody to talk to, so I just be in my head all the time.
Don't cry, man. Don't cry.
I be in my head, and then I come home and play the game. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got.
All right, man. I'm ready to go home, man. Thank everybody for their time. You going into some couch shit. I ain't about to. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be scared, man. It's all
just
right.
saying.
Don't be scared. It's all right, man. All right, well, I think we can go and get up out of here. It's Saturday. It's still early. It was storming on the way. It was storming.
It wasn't raining when I got here, but it looked like it had
It
carried
was
down
storming,
over here.
man. Not my TV. Hey, we could do a GoFundMe for my TV. I need a new TV. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all come hanging out with us. Everybody in the group, man. Again, we appreciate the love coming through here, hanging out with us. We on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Y'all already in here. The Facebook group, that's where a lot of the interesting conversations happen. So if you're not in there, send a request. It's under the same name, Soundproof Hunger Room. We're going to start some events going. We got a few things jumping on.
Yeah, we're going to have an announcement next week. A quick gathering before the kids go back to school.
Yeah.
Won't be kickball, though.
Yeah, we get something jumping.
We got something going, though.
And hopefully we get more people to participate. We got our A1 solids that show up to everything. It's a good 15 of y'all that show up to everything. About 15?
How about that? That's cool.
About 15.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to keep doing what we got to do. We're going to try to get bigger and better, man. We need y'all to help us with that. So hit the like, subscribe, share it, tell your friends, and we'll be back. We're going to be gone next week, though.
Yeah, no show next week.
No show next week, but we'll be back after that. So y'all can go back and look at the old stuff if y'all miss us that much. Other than that, what you got, bro?
I ain't got nothing, man. You know, y'all have a good, safe week. We see y'all in 2 weeks.
Take it easy, y'all.
Keep it in the route.
Hold it in the route.
Did I say it right?
No, you didn't.
Hold it in the route.
Hold it in the route.
Okay, there we go.